everybody, and welcome to another video on living on gold. My name is Ken Rieli at Copperland, and the whole series of videos we're producing in this channel is about how to go out to Arizona, Nevada, California, locate gold, and then mine enough to live on. That's why it's living on gold, not just finding a few specks, but living on it. We haven't done that before, but we've done enough studying. We started studying mining 10 or 15 years ago up here in the copper country, which was the first big world mining operation of metal. And then we started studying gold mining 3 or 4 years ago. We've been looking at all the videos, people's efforts to find and process gold ore. And we've seen everything from placer mining to lode mining. It seems like people get enough placer mining if they spend a lot of time out there with a metal detector or their dry washer, but it's really not enough to live on. If you want to live on gold, you're going to have to go to the lode. So that's what we're designing right now, is a system of, first of all, locating the gold, and then second of all, processing it. Now, like Jeff Williams says in his videos, if you don't know there's gold in either the sand or the rock, you're wasting your time. That's absolutely true. So what we're doing with this project is we're building what we call a Prospector's cart, or a sampling cart. That's where you can sample up to like 100 pounds of material. If you've got a full 5-gallon bucket, that's about 100 pounds of ore. That's what you want to put through this machine for any sampling that you're doing, to make sure you have enough gold in that area to even invest your time. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. So this cart is specifically designed to assist us and assist you if you build one or buy one. It's to assist you in sampling. Now, the first year that we go out there, we're going to go around and do a lot of sampling to see where the gold is at. Once we know where it is in the right quantities, the right percentages, then we're going to go out and process the gold into a living. There are other people who are putting together equipment carts. You have Alan, who's putting together right now a really good large processing cart, and that's good for processing once you know where you're putting in the time. But I don't know where to put the time in. I've got to go out and I've got to go to every promising looking volcanic upshoot, anything that's coming out of the ground that I think is going to be worthwhile. I have to take samples, run the samples through my cart, and then I know exactly from the amount of material I'm starting with to the amount of gold that's coming up, I know how much per ton that is, and it's got to be, like Jeff is saying, you want 1 to 2 ounces per ton. If you're not getting that, you're probably wasting your time, because you get to be our age and you don't want to put in a lot of energy every day. I can't move a ton of material every day and process it. I want to move a ton per week and get enough gold out of 1 ton that it pays for everything I need to do. That's 1 ton per week is what we're targeting. There's enough time, you're not breaking your back. Anybody can do it, even old people like us can do it, and you can do it too. We got an interesting question from a member of the MPA, the Mohave Prospectors Association, and he asked, are we getting a consistent 98% recovery rate on our sample tests? Well, first of all, what I want to mention is that The material that we're using, the metallic material, it's actually an amalgam of lead and tin, like a solder amalgam. And it's only 1/2 the specific gravity of gold, and we're recovering 98% of that silvery looking metal, which means gold's going to be twice as easy to recover. If we're getting 98% of a relatively low specific gravity metal, gold's going to be a cinch. So to answer his question, we ran 2 tests. The first one returned 98%. The second test returned 92% because we had a blowout. One of the lines feeding the system blew out, and a lot of the material drained back down through that feed tube, so we lost metal through that feed tube, but it would have ended up in that high 90s. So yes, we're getting consistent recovery rates when we run the gold turbine. So that answers that question. So last week we talked about what 3 levels of this cart were going to be. The first one is your sample crushing up here. This is a 6-inch chain mill we're building. We've gotten all the outsides, the bearings and everything put together. We just have to finish up the chain part inside. The next level down will be the gold turbine section. Then the 3rd level is going to be the sluice. We're building up a sluice out of we started with 1x8 pine, and we're cutting that down and building a sluice out of that. So we'll show those 3 sections. You need all 3 to do your sampling. You crush your material, you extract the gold from the mineral, and then the mineral drops down, the refuse material drops down into the sluice, and any tiny little bits of gold or metal, whatever you're trying to recover, whatever drops down into the sluice is caught in there. This will be unlike any other system you've seen. We'll have a complete recirculation system. You're not lugging around big heavy pails of sand and water. That just breaks your back. This cart's designed to eliminate all the hard work by giving you horsepower for each operation. We'll have some special pumps that we're developing to go with the system, and we'll show you as we get those pumps built how they work. So just to show you what we've done already, we've put together the top part of the mill. We hooked up a 3/4 horse electric motor to a 6-inch chain mill, and I'll show you what that is like firing it up. Like I said, we still have to put the chain sections inside, but at least it spins. Now when you're running equipment, make sure you protect your eyes, your ears, your lungs, depending on what you're doing. So for this, since this has spinning parts, we want to at least use safety glasses. Okay, we're all set, ready to fire it up. That's a high-speed motor. It's 3750. It's not the slower 1800 RPMs. This is in industrial grade. I started out with a cheap pump motor for like a pool pump motor, and it was so weak it wouldn't even spin this thing. And that was rated at, I don't know what the horsepower rating was, but it's a typical pool motor. Don't buy those. Buy industrial motors. They have the horsepower you need. So until next time, we're going to beat you in Arizona when we get all this equipment together, and we're going to demonstrate it out there for anybody interested. And remember, my name is not Jeff. I'm not Roger from Oz. I'm Ken at Copperland, and we're going to show you how to live on gold. Take care.